Welcome back to Sports Fans Only with your boy, Sean Mack. Remember, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. And family and friends and ladies and gentlemen, it's tournament time. So your boy Sean Mack decided to do a top 15 greatest game performances in the NCAA history in the last 25 years. So we're going to get straight to it. And in my opinion, the first weekend of the tournament is the best that sports has to offer. If you agree with me, get down in that comment section. If not, let me know what event is actually better than the first weekend of the NCAA men's tournament. Quick reminder, some of these performances took place in the NCAA tournament, but some did come in the regular season as well. Couldn't forget about these guys. Number 15, Zion Williamson, debuted with a huge game over the Kentucky Wildcats in 2018. The 2018 and 19 Wooden Award winner made his college debut at the Championships Classic. Number 4, Duke, season opener against number 2 Kentucky, led by future NBA standout Tyler Hero. Zion was nearly flawless that night. Williamson finished the 118-84 takedown of the Wildcats with 28 points, 11 for 13 from the field, 7 rebounds and 2 assists and 1 block. Number 14, Thomas Robinson scores 28 points and Kansas come from behind win over Missouri 2012. Down by 19 points against a top rival, the Jayhawks were led by a miraculous comeback by Robinson, who capped his 28 points, 12 rebound performance with one of the greatest blocks in recent college basketball history against Phil Presley at the end of regulation. Number 13, John Morant's triple-double guides Murray State to upset over Marquette in the NCAA tournament 2019. By the time Morant and the 12-seeded Racers entered the first-round matchup against the 5-seeded Golden Eagles in Hartford, Connecticut, he'd already become a popular player and a projected lottery pick after the 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 16 assist performance, which included a viral dunk over Marquette's forward, Joey Hostler. Morant became a household name. Number 12, Darius Lee scores 52 points in a quadruple overtime thriller in 2022. The 6'6" Houston Christian standout had a remarkable outing that year. He scored 52 points, 16 of 30 from the field, 20 of 27 from the charity stripe, including the bucket that sent the game into the second and third overtime periods in a 149-144 win over McNeese State. Sadly, Lee was killed in a shooting 3 months after this performance. Rest in peace. Number 11, Marcus Howard hits 11 threes in a win over Providence 2018. Howard's resume at Marquette was full of elite scoring efforts, but his 52-point explosion was amazing. He finished the game 11 of 19 from behind the arc in a 95-90 overtime win against the Friars, which included 4 consecutive baskets towards the end of regulation. This was a Big East record and a school record. Number 10, Anthony Davis dominates the national title game despite shooting very poorly from the field 2012. If you looked at the box score of the national championship game between Kentucky and Kansas in 2012, you'll see that Davis finished a dismal 1 of 10 shooting and scored just 6 points overall in a 65-59 win, but that only tells part of the story. Davis dominated in other ways. He had 16 rebounds, 6 blocks, 5 assists, and 3 steals, and created enough of a defensive gridlock that Kansas made just 33.3% of his shots inside of the arc. Number 9, Dwayne Wade's triple-double against Kentucky in the Elite Eight, 2003. The recent Basketball Hall of Fame inductee's 2003 NCAA tournament performance for the 3-seeded Marquette deserves its own 30 for 30 documentary. The best scene in this hypothetical film would be Wade's ridiculous 29 points, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds in the Golden Eagles' 89-69 win over the first-seeded favorite Kentucky Wildcats in Minneapolis, solidifying his status as a collegiate legend. Number 8, Jarius Lau leads UMBC's upset over Virginia 2018. Lyles was the catalyst for the first win by a 16 seed over a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament's history. He scored 28 points against the Cavaliers in the first round. The senior guard went 9 for 11 from the field, 3 for 4 from the three-point land, and 7 of 9 from the charity stripe in this historical 74-54 victory. Number 7, Javi Gonzalez collects 10 points in 23.3 seconds against Arizona, 2009. With NC State down 70-74 with 36.4 seconds remaining in an early season non-conference matchup against Arizona, Gonzalez kicked off an NCAA record-scoring barrage. He scored on a shot off the backboard, a free throw, a three-pointer, a jump shot, and a layup, all in 23.3 seconds to tie the game 74-74. The remaining 7.1 seconds would not be kind to the Wolfpack. However, they lost the game 76-74. Number 6. Mateen Cleaves returned to the national title game after an ankle injury. The year 2000, the most outstanding player of that year's tournament, had already scored 18 points for Michigan State, which was up by 8 points on Florida. He limped to the locker room after a collision early in the second half of the national championship game. The injury looked severe, yet he would eventually return to the floor. His scrappy playmaking would help the Spartans secure an 89-76 win and the school's second NCAA title. J.J. Redick seals Duke's #1 ranking over Texas, 2005. When Duke and Texas met in East Rutherford, New Jersey on December 10 of 2005, they were the #1 and #2 teams in America respectively. Redick's 41-point effort, 9 of 16 from the three-point line, in a 97-66 victory left no doubt to which squad was the best at the juncture of that season. Number 4. Jimmer Fredette takes down undefeated San Diego State, 2011. On January 26 of 2011, San Diego State, an eventual 2-seed in the NCAA tournament led by former star Kawhi Leonard, arrived in Utah for his matchup against BYU, who was 19-1 with a perfect record of 20-0. This unblemished mark didn't remain. Fredette's 43 points, 14 of 24 from the field, 5 of 8 from the three-point line, outplayed Leonard's 22 points in the 71-58 home win. Number 3. Eddie House records 61 points versus California, 2000. Originally from Berkeley, House idolized former Cal point guard Jason Kidd, and he had hoped to play for the Golden Bears, but he was never recruited by them. In this road game during his regular season, the Arizona State guard exacted some revenge, scoring 41 of his 61 points after halftime in the Sun Devils' 111-108 double overtime victory. In doing so, he tied the Pac-10 record, finishing 18 for 30 from the field, 7 for 10 from beyond the arc, and then a record 18 of 19 from the charity stripe. Number 2. Steph Curry scores 40 points versus Gonzaga, 2008. Buzz about the future NBA star shifted to a new level when he led the 10-seeded Davidson to an 82-76 opening round victory over the 7-seed Gonzaga Bulldogs in the NCAA tournament. Gonzaga had corralled Curry in the first half, but the then sophomore scored 30 points in the second half, hit the go-ahead three-pointer with 1:04 left to play, and sealed the win with a late free throw. In number 1, Carmelo Anthony gets hot against Texas in the Final Four, 2003. 2 days before he led his 3-seeded Syracuse to its long national title with a win over Kansas, Anthony put together quite the performance in an upset win over the 1-seeded Longhorns. That night in New Orleans, Anthony finished with 33 points. He was 12 of 19 from the field, 3 of 4 from the three-point line, and 6 of 7 from the charity stripe. He also had 14 rebounds and 3 steals in the 95-84 victory. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed that trip down memory lane. That was Sean Mack's top 15 best performances in the NCAA tournament and regular season. It was a joy to have some stuff from the 80s and 70s I want to bring out, so maybe I'll do another list if this video does well. So thanks for listening. Remember, subscribe and like the channel and the video. On that note, I've been Sean Mack, and this is Sports Fans Only. Holla.